Greetings, new and returning friends, and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. Thank you so much for joining us. You are so welcome in this space. This is a safe space where the only thing you're ever going to hear is love and support and encouragement, as we are all doing our best to try to live our most authentic lives and be our most authentic selves. We have been pulling one card randomly every morning from our mega deck. If you are new to the channel, welcome. You can get more information about the mega deck down below in the description, but we have pulled a card from the Crystal Grid Oracle deck by Nicola McIntosh today, and is card number 23, Inspiration. And our stone for the day is the chrysanthemum stone. And I am not really familiar with this particular stone, so I did look up some information. My favorite website go-to for crystal questions is the Crystal Council. You're more than welcome to check that out. I don't have any affiliation with that website at all. They don't even know who I am, so that's fine with me, obviously. But you can check that out if you're looking for more inspiration and information about the chrysanthemum stone specifically. I always encourage everybody to do their own research on stuff. Do not assume that I know everything and that I have all of the answers, because I don't. And I'm not. So with that, let's start at the top of our card here. We've got card number 23, which represents 5. We know that 2 and 3 equals 5. So, and before we go in the book, we want to get as much information, inspiration, transmissions that are coming directly to us from the image on the card, from the card itself, from the words, the number, everything that was chosen specifically with the intention of communicating a certain type of energetic frequency. Obviously, a very strong solar plexus chakra energy with this gold and beautiful light. And chrysanthemums come in a variety of colors, including white and, and yellow. And so I think they are related to chakras, as are the solar plexus chakra as well. But we're going to talk about the number 5 real briefly, because we've talked about it in depth before on other videos, and more people have other information on it that's also good information. But just in general, the number 5, we know that for the most of us, we have 5 fingers on 5 hands, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot. It is representative of harmony and balance. Bashar has the 5 universal laws. You can look that up. But the number 5 represents human perfection, because a person with their arms and their legs outstretched forms a pentagram. A 5-pointed star pointed upwards, symbolizes individuality and spiritual aspiration. We know that a downward facing pentacle often represents witchcraft or black magic, the dark arts. We don't mess around with that. The number 5 in the Christian traditions, including the 5 wounds of Christ, the letters in the name Jesus, desire, faith, hope, humility, and love. And we all want a little bit more of all of that stuff. In nature, the number 5 represents the 4 cardinal directions plus the center. It can also mean spring and growth. As an angel number, the number 5 represents major changes that are on the horizon. Where have we heard that recently? Cough. People with strong number 5 energy in numerology are often curious, always up for a challenge, and adapt well to changes. And the association with goddesses or gods, the number 5 was associated with the Babylonian goddess Ishtar and her Roman counterpart Venus. The symbol for both was the 5-pointed star. So the 5-pointed star, the pentagram, represents Venus. I did not actually know that. I don't know if you did, but I did not. So we learn something new every time we look into these and get more information. And the more that you know, the more expansive your wisdom, your connection with the divine realms becomes, because you can understand where it's coming from. You can understand the reason why. So really powerful energy with this, with inspiration. Let's talk about the word inspiration. We know it means to be motivated, right? I was inspired to do this, but let's just take a look at the dictionary definitions of inspiration. There's two main ones, according to the Oxford Dictionary. Okay, the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. So anything in the arts, dance, music, all of that stuff. Being inspired, but it can also mean something very practical. I was inspired to clean the kitchen. I was inspired to clean my refrigerator after I went through it with all of the leftovers from the holiday dinners, right? We know this is a timeless reading for the collective, but it was uploaded around the winter holidays, we'll just say. So you may be feeling inspired to start a new diet. There can be a variety of things that you are inspired to do, but it is something that comes from within you. It's like a blossom opening up. And the other definition for the word inspiration is the drawing in of breath, inhalation. And I think we've probably heard that before, but it actually comes from the Latin word of inspire, which means to draw in. So very interesting. To breathe into was originally used to describe a mystical force or a profound ideal that was revealed to somebody. So very cool. I love that. I don't know that you had all of that information on the word inspire and inspiration. Let's talk a little bit about the chrysanthemum stone, then we'll get into the reading itself. The chrysanthemum stone, also known as the flower stone, is a rare stone consisting of a brown or black matrix made up of limestone, dolomite, porphyry, clay, and gypsum. It has natural inclusions of calcite, feldspar, crandallite, andesite, and celestite. These inclusions are generally white on a very dark matrix. So think of it as the kind of flipped sideways on the tourmaline, the black tourmaline, which I think we just had for the most previous reading from this deck not too long ago. So we have the similar kind of energy where it's very grounded, it's very centered. These inclusions are generally white on a very dark matrix and resemble that of a chrysanthemum flower. They are believed to have been formed over 290 million years ago with the help of hot temperatures and organic rich mud on sea floors. These stones can be found mainly in China and Japan. However, there have been recent discoveries in Canada and the United States. These findings are bringing more attention to this highly mysterious stone. The chrysanthemum stone was first discovered in the Hunan province in China, has been part of Chinese culture for countless centuries. It's also the official symbol of the Chinese imperial family. There's tons of lore and endless discussion about this stone and what the true meaning of it really is. Most myths and legends around the stone involve individuals falling in love with each other, thus creating an eternal, everlasting bond. We've been talking a lot about relationships lately, so no surprise why this is popping up now. The most famous story depicts immortal lovers in heaven who were madly in love with one another. In an act to symbolize their emotions, they rained down chrysanthemums onto the new world, which ended up landing in the Liang River. These petals, along with the help of water and sand, eventually turned into the stone we all cherish today. Another common folklore is the story of two lovers who refused to live their lives away from one another. They held tightly onto each other up until their deaths, with the man turning into stone and the woman into a beautiful chrysanthemum. This etched bond in nature showing humanity that true love is the only thing that lasts forever. Ah, how beautiful! How beautiful. Okay, meaning and energy. These are powerful life talismans that are here to assist you with your spiritual journey, to help you understand your soul within. This stone helps you develop a deeper connection with your emotional body and aids one in finding their true life purpose. Hello. It's a perfect crystal to work with or carry daily if you feel lost. It also helps you with not only finding your way in this difficult and confusing world, but also resets your entire chakra system by pushing them back into realignment. Wow. This method is usually done with Reiki, which we highly recommend as long as they are authentic, but this can also be assisted through deep meditation with the help of other potent crystals. So, including selenite here, okay? So, and quartz. And what am I looking at? I'm just taking a quick glance. I don't like sneak in a look at the readings. We got golden calcite coming in as well as quartz with this reading. So yes, definitely. And we will go through the book in just a second, but let's just get the energy reading that's coming to us directly from this image on the card. Now that we know all of the different elements that we are combining here, what is the message? What is the information that's coming to us directly from this card? Well, I will tell you, like I said, obviously the first thing I see is solar plexus chakra, sun energy, the golden light of sun, the golden light, inspiration, if you will, that knowledge and wisdom that comes to us. We have no idea how these thoughts formulate, how we get these, I call them DDs, divine downloads, where you just get this inspiration. You get an idea for a project, you get an idea for a song, you get an idea for, a new direction to take with your work, with your career, with your, employment. Like I said at the very beginning, inspiration doesn't have any limits. It cannot be boxed in terms of it's only related to, creative projects or anything like that. You can be inspired to become a political figure in your region, wherever you are. There's a million different things that the universe, God, source, the quantum field, the Akashic records that are combining to tell us what is our correct path, what is our true path, what is the thing that we are supposed to be doing, each of us individually and then collectively as a whole. We know that the finish line, if you will, is to be our most authentic selves. Yes. But how do you go about doing that? Well, you are living your solar plexus chakra, the third chakra up from the base, right, is the one that's directly connected to this reality that we are walking through. This 3D reality connects with the third chakra. But we're working with fives here. We're working with 5D energy. We're working with getting out of the little circular cycles that we keep going through, and we're turning them into spirals that are taking us up, that are helping us ascend. So every time you come around a new situation that looks very familiar, you're like, why does this stuff keep happening to me over and over and over again? The answer may be inspiration coming in to form a different path, to take a different set of situations and circumstances and do something different with them. Don't make the same choices that you keep making, because you're just going to keep resetting the same cycles over and over again. Inspiration, divine inspiration coming to you from other people, from the videos that you're watching on YouTube, or the books that you're reading, or the signs that go by as you're driving past them. There can be a million different ways that these DDs download to you directly. And you want to be just mindful. You want to become aware. Watch what you're thinking. And for me personally, that was one of the most difficult things that I had to struggle with, was to hear my thoughts, because most of the time we are thinking and not even realizing that we're doing it. We're sitting, drinking our coffee or water, tea, whatever, doing our tasks. We're at work, we're doing our thing, we're reading, emails and doing our work. And it's really kind of all on autopilot. This energy is asking us to just stop for a second and look at what we're doing. Listen to what we are saying, the thoughts that are going through our head. I hate that this always keeps coming up. I'm so tired of dealing with this. This is so frustrating. This is so annoying. These people are so annoying. Listen to these words that you are thinking, because it's very easy to not. It's very easy to tune that voice out. And that's the voice we need to be paying attention to. That's the voice that's actually directing what's happening with the quantum field, how we're interacting with it. So if we're not watching what we're thinking, the thoughts that are coming to our minds directly, we're not going to hear those inspired actions that we need to take. We're not going to get that information, those divine downloads. Got to turn off the autopilot. There's a switch. You stop. You just stop. You stop walking. You stop working. You stop typing. You stop breathing for just 1 second. Just stop. Now, what were you doing just a second ago? What were you thinking? You can breathe now, by the way. Don't stop breathing forever. But do you understand what I'm saying? We really need to be paying more attention to what we are doing and thinking. That's how we receive those divine downloads, because as soon as you become aware of your thoughts, they will stop. It's like asking that question. I love asking myself this question. What is the next thought that I'm going to be thinking? It's the counterbalancing one to the one that we just asked. What was the thought that I was just thinking? What is the next new thought that I'm going to be thinking? As soon as you ask your brain either of those two questions, it stops. It just slams to a shut. Halt. Stop. Hard stop. It's like turning off your computer, just completely shutting it down. Black screen. There you are. Now, from this place, something amazing happens. Something magical happens. You get an idea. Oh, God, where'd that come from? Wow, that's a great idea. I'll try that. And off you go. Okay? Just give yourself the opportunity to stop for a moment so you can hear these divine downloads coming into you, divine inspiration. Let's take a look in the book and find out what it says. Now, just keep in mind, I have not actually read this, so we'll see what it says. Inspiration. It's time to light that spark and reach for the sky. It's time to be you. Be creative. Find your inner child and run with it. Chrysanthemum stone is a brilliant stone to inspire and bring a little joy into your life. Coupled with golden calcite and quartz, meditating on this image with this combination of stones will help you clearly see what you need to do to achieve your dreams. I'm serious. I did not read this before I was talking to you about it. Chrysanthemum stone looks like a burst of energy or the bloom of a flower. You may have been feeling a bit stuck or are taking life a little too seriously. Break free from the routine and discover new methods of getting away and doing things for you. Chrysanthemum stone will help you find your childlike qualities. Looking at life through the eyes of a child means viewing the world without stress, without limitations, and without restrictions. You will realize how many more options there are that you were blind to. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about the RAS with the previous reading. Yes. You can only see what you are focusing on. There are many more directions you can go in if you allow yourself to think outside the box by asking for the wisdom and guidance coming to you, channeled through this stone to help you. You may get the spark of an idea or find help with beginning a new project. You may want to do things with others and get away, or you may throw yourself into creative endeavors. Bring yourself into the present moment and ask yourself, what do I need right now? Whatever you choose, ask yourself this: am I doing what I love? It's time to be you and do what makes you feel alive. And your exercise for the day, and I invite and encourage you to do this whenever you have a moment to. If you're stressed, tired, or unwell, it can be very hard to find inspiration. So drawing this card may mean it's time to look at why you're feeling that way in order to find the creativity you need. giving back to yourself, resting when you're tired, and self-care are important. You need to make space within yourself for the light, for illumination. This is your nudge from the universe to take time out for you and allow yourself to get back into flow. Write a list of all the things you could do, even if it's just a 15-minute break to be in the now or having a cuppa in the sun. Only when you make space for yourself will you allow inspiration in. Yes, exactly what I just said. You have to stop. You have to stop being the busyness and listen. You can't hear this inspiration, all of these divine downloads, if you're talking. It's a true fact. You cannot hear if your mouth is making sounds. Your brain cannot process listening and speaking at the same time. Physically impossible. Cannot be done. So stop trying to make the impossible happen. You cannot be all things to all people at all times in all places. Stop. Now, what is the next divinely inspired action you can take? What is the most divinely inspired feeling you can feel? What is the most divinely inspired thought you can think right now? Whatever it is, take that energy and kind of imagine that you've got it in front of you. It's kind of like a screen, like having the VR helmet on, right? And being able to see this new reality imposed over the old reality. This is the space of divine inspiration, and it can only flow to you and through you if you're not busy doing everything else. So take those times for yourself throughout the day. 60 seconds, stop. What is the thought I was just thinking? Or what is the next thought I will be thinking? What's the next thought I could think? Ask yourself any of those questions. Listen for the answer. Maybe divine downloads coming in for you, you never know, but you have to stop in order to hear. You have to stop talking in order to hear. And we've gotten that message a lot recently as well. It's easy in this world, in this day, to be just yakking. Talking, not paying attention to what we're saying, not paying attention to what anybody else is saying. So now maybe it's time for us to start paying attention to ourselves and to each other and really listening. That is our reading for the day. I do hope that it resonated and blessed you. Feel free to leave any comments if you'd like to. If you haven't already liked and or subscribed and or shared and you want to do any of those, you are encouraged to do that. I don't get any money from these videos, but it does help the YouTube algorithm help other people find these videos and find the channel if they're looking for similar kinds of inspiration, guidance, support, and love and encouragement. So that's all you are getting from me for today is love and support and encouragement. Carry on, be your own bad self. Take this divine inspiration energy with you through the day today. Carry it with you. Imagine it like a screen in front of you, and you are just looking for the next best thing to do, the next best thought to think, the next best action to take. So, have an amazing day. You are amazing. I love you. Namaste and ciao for now.